I had to start a second video for this, which is probably why I was directed to do or urged to by Spirit to do a Patreon, because these messages get so long. So we finished these on the first video. We're going to clarify now on this video, alright? Spirit just has a lot to say. That's all. Alright, Spirit, give us true and precise messages, please, to clarify for the collective of their energy today, please. Help us to clarify this energy cards we have for today. Help them to understand what they're facing energetically today, please. And for the near future, for the collective, thank you. And for their counterpart, please, today. Okay. Just doing that. And for their near future, only doing 3. Give me the recent past. Okay, recent past. I know I don't usually clarify these, but yeah, you probably have been. First off, you went 8 of Cups. You walked away from the 8 of Cups in search of a soul-searching mission, I hear. For the other 2 of Cups is what I usually get with this, but I just felt like right away, I felt like it was a soul-searching mission. You had to leave behind this other things recently, because when you have these tower moments of the Roar card, the enlightenment here, and the soulless, seeing things from that higher perspective, that aha moment, right? So Spirit has guided you to pull away perhaps in the recent past so that you could heal yourself, to move forward, to love yourself. And that was the direction from Spirit probably. And so you've gone within as a hermit in the recent past, shining your light within for guidance so that you could have that security of forward movement. And here with the 7 of Pentacles clarified by 7 of Pentacles. I love it when they match like that, because you know that it's nothing but Spirit giving us these messages then, right? So 7 of Pentacles clarified by 7 of Pentacles. So here she's overwatering, and how I love that this also shows in this images how different cards, and why we use so many different cards to bring meanings to you. It's because they each have different meanings, right? They each pull a different message. Well, clearly here it shows you have the 7 Pentacles built around this trees that you've been overwatering. Loyalty with the dog. The stability you've been building in the heart chakra because there's so much green. But here, 7 of Pentacles is all about bringing in that harvest. Spirit is guiding you now with your intuition, the squirrel, for your highest self. The best movement forward for your highest self is to bring in that of which you bring in your harvest, that of which you've been growing, that you've been nurturing. It's time to bring it into you, to yourself, for your highest good. And the 2 of Cups here is clarified by 4 of Swords, which is all about healing. And what's this about really is an equal give and take, and nurturing one another, healing one another, in both emotionally, physically, etc. So this is about pulling the swords out of the heart, no longer having heartache or heart trauma, really, right, from things of the past, but accepting them, hanging on them, not ignoring them, but hanging them, almost like a souvenir, saying, hey, I've survived this twin soul connection. Not being defensive about it, but being very passionate and healing oneself so that you can move forward. The 9 of Wands card here is clarified with 3 of Pentacles, that you know that you've been putting the work in, and Spirit recognizes that you have, that you felt chained to this, almost like a chain to this huge lead contraption of passion, that you've been chained to this passion for so long, but you've been doing so much work, and Spirit recognizes that. and wants you to know that you are being recognized for the work you've done on yourselves. And it's time to lay down the burdens. 10 of Wands. Burdens of the past, pain and hurt regarding you and your divine counterpart. And here you have the deer in the back, right? Knowing that this is someone you've been putting the work in, planting seeds, wanting it to come to fruition, and someone you want to grow old with because they make you feel young at heart. And it's time to lay down the burdens regarding that and look to Spirit for guidance so that you can have growth and heal. The 5 of Cups is clarified with 7 of Wands. Standing up now, understanding that yes, you realize all this, it's been emotional, you know that you were covering things up, but now it's time to recognize that and heal from it and allow the calmer waters, bridge the gap between the emotion and the calmness of your soul, right? And so 7 of Wands is here to say now you can teach others what you've gone through. Now you've learned enough in your path to step into soul purpose and shine your light for others to follow you and to say, yes, I've been through this, and this is how I was directed to heal from this situation. Okay, the Seer, knowing that you are a 9 of Pentacles here, that you are shining your light, you are abundant in all things. You've gone through a transformation, you are shining your light, you're spiritually protected. You are also coming up as a Queen of Swords in the near future. Your third eye is wide open, your crown chakra, your spirit guides are around you shining, but you are in your truth, in your shining. The truth within yourself exuberates. And here, 6 of Pentacles, that balance Spirit has promised you is here in the near future to bring balance to your instability, to your very foundation, so that you can also help others here with their hands out that are less fortunate, that are just beginning their journey perhaps even, or those that have gone through a lot of trial and tribulations. Perhaps you'll be stable enough to help them as well. Your divine counterpart is mirroring you. Right off the bat, I have a lot of the same cards. Yeah, in the recent past, you had the 8 of Cups walking away. And they have 8 of Cups here. Here you have the 3 of Cups, or Pentacles. You have 3 of Pentacles here. You have the Queen of Swords, and so do they. So you're mirroring very much with your divine counterpart. So first up, with regards to the 6 of Pentacles, the breadcrumbs, the 3-party situations, they know you've put the work in and that it was unbalanced, that it was unfair. They felt chained to this, to a counterpart, someone that they were dealing with. I keep trying to get away from the word karmic, but it is what it is. It's an energy that was in their life for a lesson, for a situation, for a reason. Spirit guided that person to them just as they're guiding you. Just you're being guided to them for a higher purpose. This person was there for a karmic lesson. So they realize that now, and they see that they didn't recognize it at first, but now they've seen the light. And 3 of Pentacles, they recognize that it was unbalanced. They've stepped up into their energy. When you took your Queen of Swords energy, they saw you pull back your energy, and they are now the Hierophant. They've gone from the Emperor to the Hierophant because you, following your steps, your guidance, you were their teacher. Not only in the way of triggers, of teaching them to heal themselves, but they seen you be strong and have the strength to pull away to heal yourself, and so did they. And so now they're in the Hierophant energy, putting the work in, because they saw that you were as well. 5 of Cups, you went within and healed yourself. And so they started working on their foundation, their grounding, their stability. They didn't see that Spirit had all these pentacles up here, these abundance for them, but they wouldn't look up and surrender to Spirit. And so it started to grow cobwebs. They weren't listening to their intuition. They kept looking at you with passion as the light that shined, the light that guided them, but they weren't looking to Spirit for guidance regarding the connection, to put the 2 and 2 together. Now they're ready as an emperor here and as a hierophant, right? First they were the emperor. This is clarifying over here. But the Eight of Cups walking away. And again, they too need to do that soul searching. They need time to heal within themselves, to love themselves, to come up with their own Ace of Cups so that they have something to offer you. And they need to acknowledge their own shadow side, their own shadow self, just as you had to here with that cloak, right? Truths have been illuminated to them about themselves as well. And they know that it might keep the two of you apart for a while, so they need to heal that before they can come forward. They need to cut out, as the Knight of Cups, to come forward to you. They need to be a Queen of Swords and follow their intuition, their third eye, and be in their truth and cut out things that no longer serve them so that they can come to you correctly. And here they come. Woo. Spirit is blessing them with choices to make sure that they're sure that that's what they want. They really want this divine connection, that flame, the twin soul, right? The one that is the other half of them, per se. Or do they want finances, abundance financially, spiritual? Do they want happy ever after? Or do they want to be grounded with Mother Earth? What is it they want? They're offering them these many choices to say, are you sure? This is their test, their tribulation. They're at that gate. Remember we said the death and the rebirth? Then you go to the gate. Before you can cross it over that next gate, you get tested. Trials, tribulations, things that are going to test what you want. So they're being tantalized. This reminds me of, since I have 3 dogs, reminds somebody of holding a piece of steak in front of the dog to say, come here, right? Follow the piece of meat. And so that's what this is Spirit's tantalizing them and saying, are you sure? Do you want this? Are you ready to step up? Are you ready for this work? Because it's not easy. Nobody said it was going to be an easy journey. They did promise the rainbow at the end, but they never said there wouldn't be storms. And the storms are here. But Knight of Swords, having the wisdom now to come forward in their truth, putting behind them the things they were defensive about, their emotions per se, things that kept them in an emotional state. They didn't want to admit to you how much you meant to them. They didn't want to admit to themselves how much you meant to them, how you made them weak in the knees. Okay, that's like an old saying. I think my spirit guides really aren't that old. I don't know where that saying's from. The Sun card here is blessing. The Sun is the happiest card of the deck, right? So Sun card is here blessing, like the happy wish fulfillment here in their near future, because they are coming forward to you. They realize you are their wish fulfillment. Okay, what do you need to work on? All right, this was right up. So coming together, they need to work on this happy ever after, heart chakra coming together, number 2. They need to come to you correctly. They need to come to you with truth. It's truth to themselves, really. All right, I'm going to take the one that's sticking up because it's like calling. And choose your battles. Is it going to be battles? Thank you, Spirit. Spirit saying pick these up. The 9 or 10 of Wands, right? Are you going to be self-imposed imprisonment, or are you going to lay down your burdens, things that kept you imprisoned? Choose your battles. Surrender it to Spirit and allow them to carry that burden. And be a leader. I don't remember where that one went. I feel like it was right here. Oh, right here. Thank you. Spirit's good. The 7 of Wands. You need to be a leader. And see how this, not only a leader, but see how he's got that scroll. Reminds me of someone who teaches, right? He's going to come forth and give the information they're gaining, that Spirit is giving them now. They're going to teach others on this journey. I know I can't hold them up right there. Number 4 is about protection. The scroll reminds me of things that they're teaching others about from their spirit. Why? Because this looks like their spirit right behind them, right? So their spirit guides are there with the knowledge and passing the baton to them to say, teach and come forth and teach others before you that you have gone in the same journey but you've learned so much so that they don't have to go through quite the same steps, because you were giving them the message is to lead them so that they have it a little bit easier perhaps. It's always easier to learn from someone else's mistakes than it is to make those mistakes ourselves. Some people are more stubborn and want to make the mistakes themselves, and that's okay. That's why you have your shadow self, right? Number 9, near completion, facing that shadow side. You have to face the shadow side, go within and say, yes, I was abused, I was hurt, I had a rough childhood, I had a rough, maybe whatever the case was be. Maybe you were like stolen as a child and not even raised by your real family. And you're just remembering that because Spirit's giving you the memories of that for whoever that's for. Wow. I'm sorry. Number 9 and number 9. But you don't be afraid. We have to, when we start to see these visions, especially with some of the visions that I've gotten over the years that I sometimes want to, it's like you don't want to see it, so you wake up fast, or you close your eyes or open your eyes, you turn away from that vision because you don't want to see it. It's not something you want to face, especially with things things like, say, of a disaster or someone being hurt. But yet, if that's our mission, is to face those visions and to say, yes, someone was being taken against will, or someone's being hurt, and we need to be the one to speak up for them because Spirit's showing it to us in a vision, then we have the opportunity of seeing this happening to warn others of the impending danger, I guess. But fulfillment, and that's probably only for a few, whatever that message meant to you, that's for a few. Okay, fulfillment of wishes. The Spirit is blessing you because if you're willing to take up this baton, this lesson, if you're willing to step into soul purpose and into your mission, then Spirit is blessing you with this wish fulfillment here of this treasure chest of more gifts. And it may not be financial, it may not be money, it may give you help balance you emotionally and give you that just emotional fulfillment perhaps. But what it will do is help others because you're fulfilling your purpose. Yeah? Okay, so your ancestors that have gone before you want you to know, seriously, out of all these cards, we always get this one. Always, like every day, I get it at some point in some reading, I get this card. There's all these. Just saying. Spirit Guide has their favorites. I think it's because they're such cute little fuzzy critters. 22, strong sun, moon. Sun is a mal, which is funny because it's almost to me is be strong and balancing yourself is what I get right off the bat, because the sun is the masculine energy and the moon is the feminine energy as far as the universal energies. But here you are transforming, you're shining your light, and I'm getting that you are strong in self. You're gaining their advice to you, thank you Spirit, is that they want you to balance both your feminine and masculine energy during this transformation, and shine your light brightly because others are watching your every move. Others are watching you, stalking you. They are in awe of your growth and your blossoming. If you get social invitations, Spirit says accept those invitations because it allows you to shine brightly, and it allows you to heal others just by your presence. Okay? Creative pursuits is be creative in what you're pursuing. The channels that you're going to, or the method you're going to help others. Be creative. And have joy about your purpose. Have joy about soul purpose. And passion for that soul purpose. Number 22. And what else is duck, fly, moon. Again, with the moon is a feminine energy. Synchronicities are all around you. And Spirit loves to send birds for messengers. They are, look up if you're getting a lot of eagles or a lot of hawks, a lot of crows, a lot of geese, whatever they are, ducks, around you, then each one of those birds have a different meaning. So whatever that means for you, perhaps, otherwise look up what they mean typically, and that's something to do with the meaning the Spirit is trying to give you a message. Synchronicities are all around you. Your ancestors want you to know and to come into balance with yourself and have certainty and trust that intuition that is there. When you first see the synchronicities around you, trust the first image or thought that comes to mind regarding that synchronicity. Sweat lodge. Okay. It's about your vision, your journey, going within during meditation and speaking with Spirit, going on a vision quest to speak to your spirit guides, and during a visual moment where they are walking you through perhaps the woods in front of a bonfire, but speaking with you one-on-one in this vision as if they're right there before you. You're like, essentially you're astral traveling, but it's time to do that. If you haven't before, you need to embrace this opportunity to go within and ask your spirit guides to take you on this vision quest, allow you this astral travel to a realm where you can speak with them one-on-one and hear the messages, and that you have the remembrance to journal the thoughts that come during that dream, during that vision quest. And this will be very healing for you during that. Where'd it go? The seer, right there. During the seer quest. Thank you, Spirit. The fairies that are around you want you to know. Okay, I'll take that one just because it popped up. The lovers, I love it. True love that is long lasting. Choices made from the heart. A return to good health. Because this is divinely guided. You are divinely blessed. And look at their crown chakra. Remember the white candle from the other video if you didn't see it. I definitely urge you to start with the first video. But number 6, the Lover's card. And here they have that glow around his head like the crown chakra. The white candle, the clear crystal quartz is all about your clarity of mind. The messages Spirit's trying to send you through your crown chakra. And loving, comforting, emotional, intuitive. And again, trust that intuition that's coming through to you. Listen to your heart. Intuitive insights that you can trust. Taking care of others, perhaps too much. And what did we say at the beginning of your reading? You were overwatering your divine counterpart, right? Caring maybe a little too much. Allow them the chance to love themselves. It's tough love. But you know that it's needed for them to gain the healing, to be strong, right? We can't exercise for someone else because that's not going to help their muscles. They have to actually do the exercise to gain the muscle at the gym, speaking. So we can't do that healing for them. They have to actually go to the gym and do that workout for themselves to gain the muscle strength that they want. And same with when you're overwatering, they're not going to gain the strength and this connection that you're desiring if we don't allow them to work at it, to do the work. Butterfly Maiden Transformation. It's all about you and those around you, and our tribe is all going through a transformation. And I'm right there with you. Transformation, death and rebirth of the souls. And remember that death and rebirth of the soul is an ongoing thing. Like, it's not a one-time gig. That would be a far case. Each time you go through death and rebirth of the soul, I find that we go through then that we find ourselves then at the next test, the next initiation, to go to through the next gate, the next ascension level. So then you go through that next ascension level once you pass that test. If you're not willing to face that test or pass it, if you fail it or take a detour on a path, right? Because we have self-will, we have a choice of opportunities that Spirit dangles in front of us. As long as you choose correctly, you're going to go through that path, that next test, pass the test, go through the next gate. And then you have another death and rebirth of the soul. And again, another test, another initiation. And that's the ascension process, is to continue to have the rebirth, to continue having the test, so that you continue to grow in the knowledge. And each time Spirit blesses you, every time you pass tests, every time you go through one of those gates, the ascension, you are blessed with more gifts. You are blessed with spiritual awakening gifts, as far as your intuition, your clairvoyance, clairaudience for some of us, the mediumship, to speak more clearly with our spirit guides, those that have passed on before us, to see them, etc. But these are the gifts that Spirit gives us as we go through that ascension process. And so know that it isn't just a one-time thing. Not like the butterfly, where the butterfly goes through the caterpillar to the cocoon to the mush. It's very descriptive, right? But it felt like mush with the dead black, what is it, the dark night of the soul? Might as well have been mush. Then we crack open that cocoon and we grow our wings. And then we learn to fly, right? And each death and rebirth of the soul is like learn to fly a little higher. And have unconditional love for ourselves, but not only unconditional love for ourselves, but for everyone else. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearance may be, regardless to how they look. Love them unconditionally, because it's at a soul level. It's energy that we love about them. We trust and we know and we get to know their soul. We get to know the energy within their avatar, their person. The real them. And that's the energy that you're protruding, is your true self, is your energy, your soul. But first we have to have unconditional love for ourselves. Before you can expect someone to love you unconditionally, or more importantly, before you can love someone else unconditionally, you need to have that love for yourself. And then it's so much easier. And it'll just, if you're not there yet, it's just amazing. Angel of emergence. Again, with the emergence, we are ending here with emergence. We started with emergence. It is time for the real you to emerge. Maybe that's what the emergence is really about. The storm that's brewing. Maybe the change of the winds, the current is being turbulent, to bring this true emergence situation so that the real you can emerge. And again, with I was drawn this morning to pull out the crystal ball again, and here it is again, and we have it in a couple other cards. Here we have it with the epiphany as well, right? Goddess of knowledge, start to apply what you already know. Trust your intuition, trust that third eye, those visions, those dreams. You have to trust. You have to believe it, and Spirit will test you. They will certainly, by far, test your intuition, and whether or not you're listening to your intuition. They also test your willingness to do exactly as Spirit is guiding you to do. So when Spirit asks you to do something and you're getting the inclination, oh, I'm supposed to do this, you need to do it right then. Spirit's idea of time's irrelevant, but he doesn't mean take your time and do it when you feel like it. They mean do it when they want it, which is right then, not later. So know that when Spirit's saying, other words, you're going to get that's when your tower moments come in, or when they stand right beside you and poke at you because you weren't listening to what they asked you to do originally, what they wanted spoken, what they want you to do, what they want you to say. When you start this journey, as you ascend, you'll find to trust your intuition, but trust your spirit guides. And when Spirit says move, move. And Spirit is saying now that now is the time that everyone that is in this journey needs to be in soul purpose, and everyone needs to be prepared for the storms that are brewing, to get into soul purpose, to teach others. Okay, is that everything? I think we're good, right? Yes. All right. I hope you have a blessed day. I know this reading was extremely long. Like I said, please also like, share, subscribe, help others to find the channel that may help them if they're on the same journey. Otherwise, I'm going to be posting a link also probably tomorrow. I don't know if I'll get to it later today, but about the Patreon channel. For those of you that don't want to hear all this depth of messages from Spirit on YouTube, then it'll be over on Patreon. All right? Namaste.